Now, if you're wanting to study biology at A-level, you should start to be thinking more like a biologist. And biologists are scientists who study the natural world and all the living things that are in it, from the largest mammals down to the very microscopic DNA that you'll be studying as part of this A-level course. Biology allows you to understand more about the range of organisms that are on this planet, how they've developed, how they work, what kind of advances there are in biology at the moment, and where we see the world of biology and the world of biologists going in the 21st century. The A-level course builds on the knowledge and the understanding and the skills that you've developed on at GCSE level, and it really takes it to an applied setting. This is a really varied and diverse subject, so usually people think biology is just to do with the study of animals and the study of plants, and that's really not the case for the A-level course. It's very academically rigorous. It incorporates research skills, problem-solving skills, practical endorsement that you'll receive as part of it as well, and those key competencies that employers are looking for. Now, what we would suggest that you do as part of this particular process of planning and preparing for your A-level studies is that you have a look at the specification which is available online. The specification that we use for A-level biology is the OCR, so you can have a look at the OCR biology A-level course, and if you're looking for any revision guides or if you want to get ahead with some of your reading, make sure that it's certified by the OCR exam board. Reason being is because the different exam boards, AQA, Edexcel, OCR, teach slightly different things. Now, the content for the course is divided into 6 different units. So the 6 different units which you've got there I'll talk about in a second, but they're spread over 3 exam papers, and you can see that the marks are quite unusual for this. So you've got paper 1, which is worth 37% of your total A-level, paper 2, which is worth 37% of your total A-level, and then unit 3, which is worth 26%. That practical endorsement as well, that non-exam assessment, is reported separately. It's not part of your overall grade, but it's something that you can add and you can showcase to universities to say that you have a practical endorsement as well, and students tend to get their practical endorsement. It's a straightforward exercise as part of the biology A-level. You do have to showcase a portfolio, you do have to work through it over the course of the 2 years, and you do need to make sure that it's being checked and certified by your teachers. So let's go through each of these particular modules and talk about the kind of things that you'll be studying in each component. So the first thing that you'll be looking at is the foundations in biology, and really that will be building on the content that you've looked at for GCSE study. So looking at the structure of a cell, for example, looking at a cell membrane, but going into more detail. So thinking about those basic structures, those basic diagrams that you'd looked at GCSE level, now looking at it to a more advanced degree. You'll be looking at things as well like mitosis, and you'll be looking at enzymes as well, and how proteins can attach to them. Again, it's that advanced level that you're now looking at. So it's not necessarily new words or new topics under foundations in biology, it's just knowing it to the standard that's required for a biologist to be looking at. You'll then be looking at exchange and transport. Now, exchange and transport is not just in flora, but in fauna as well. And if you're thinking about the kind of systems that you'll be looking at the cardiovascular system, you'll be looking at water transport, you'll be looking at an array of different systems within the human body as part of that particular approach. And with that comes a number of practical dissections that you'll have to do. So you'll look, for example, at exchange in fishes, for example, and gills. You'll also look at biodiversity, you look at disease and evolution, and that kind of complements one of the future modules, which is on genetics. You look at communication, homeostasis, so the process by which our body is balanced, and the transfer of energy as well, so looking specifically at the Krebs cycle. This is processes that perhaps are a little bit new to you at A-level standard, and it's not necessarily things that they've been delivering at the GCSE content. But for all of these particular points, it's worth noting that it's not just enough to know how these systems work, it's about applying it and also using statistical data to inform how these particular processes work. The topic that gets a lot of interest at the A-level course, and it's something that you'll have looked at a basic level at GCSE, is the Genetics, Evolution and Ecosystems module. So as part of that, you'll be looking at the Human Genome Project, you'll be looking at genetic defects, so you'll be looking at things like cystic fibrosis and Huntington's disease. And if you're interested particularly in a career in that area of forensic science or genetics, then this particular module will give you that flavour of those basic foundations that you need to know.
My time with biology these past 2 years, in year one, it was quite challenging. Instead of GCSE, it was A-level as well. I think the biggest thing that needs to be taken into consideration is exactly OSH is a very good place for biology because the support is available. We have support sessions during lunchtime, and we also have support sessions after school, so there's always time for you to see the teachers for any support and advice that you need on